Coach, what did you learn about your team tonight?
Yeah, I did. I did a bad job getting us ready. The way we played early on in the game in the first half, our guys, I felt like were pressing, not playing incredibly clean, and that was the difference in the ball game. I learned we got a group of guys that bounced back, and they fought their butt off to give us a chance in the second half to have a chance to go win the game. And we get a stop there on fourth down late, and we're going to get it back with a bunch of time to have the ability to go score and possibly tie the game up. So I learned that we got guys that'll fight. I learned that we got guys that they want to play for each other. We got to play better earlier to give ourselves a chance to win.
Obviously, no Dink tonight, and then Deontay and Eric Taylor believe out. I mean, how tough is that when you have depth-wise, you take that big of a hit on the D-line, and then their running backs able to do what he did? Yeah,
not having Dink and Tay, we're obviously one of those guys to be able to be with us on the trip and play. That did not help. But again, we've got to find ways to get the guy on the ground. I thought at times we were in pretty good position. He did. He ran incredibly hard and played incredibly well for them, and we got to play better and get him on the ground.
What did you see emotionally and psychologically, I guess, from some of those guys on defense when they would come back to the sidelines after just spending so much time out there on the field and trying to stop their run?
Yeah, I thought the guys played incredibly hard. I did. I thought we played very hard as a unit. We're going to watch the tape and be frustrated at times that we weren't able to get him on the ground. We weren't able to get off the field in some certain situations where we had opportunities to. And at the end of the day, that leads to them being able to chew up the clock. They had incredible game control, which was frustrating from that standpoint. And we're going to watch the tape. We're going to learn from it. We're going to stick together and get ready to bounce back.
How important is that for you to see when you have so many new players and you're trying to establish a culture for them to go into the second half and be able to like you said, fight like they did and make it a game in the second half?
Yeah, that's something that we're dang sure going to hold on to. We're going to continue to talk about the toughness that we played with in the second half. This is a game of execution. There's no doubt about it. But for our guys to be able to come back out in the second half, they go down the field, they chew up all that clock, but then we're able to get off the field, we hold them to a field goal, and then you look up and we're right back in the game to have the ability to make it a game there in the fourth quarter. So our toughness, our guys fighting their butt off and for each other as much as anything was something that we're going to hold on to and build on.
First half, you guys did not force a punt, and then you mentioned the first drive in the second half, but it seemed like after that, y'all started changing some fronts a little bit, saw some man fronts and things like that. Why were you guys able to maybe get those stops in the second half and maybe you couldn't in the first?
I really do. We're going to have to watch the tape to be able to answer that question a little better, but I think it's because we did a better job of tackling. We did a better job getting the guy on the ground and him not having the ability to go fall for 5 or 6 yards, and then it puts them in a situation where they've got to convert on the 3rd and 7, and we were better when we obviously had them in that situation. So I do. It sounds incredibly simple. We're going to have to watch the tape to look at it, but that's the way it felt.
Obviously, Blake's a veteran guy. What did you see about him in terms of leadership and maturity in that second half, especially after giving up that touchdown on the fumble earlier?
Yeah, he was. He did a great job in the locker room. He did a great job on the sideline, just continuing to stress playing one play at a time and finding a way to do our job, give us a chance to get back in the game, trying to create energy and momentum for our football team to give us a chance, and he did that.
24 rushing yards on 27 carries. And I know that skewed a little because of the sacks and all that, but obviously that was an area you were looking for more of heading into the game. You probably have to watch film to really dissect it, but I guess you need to be seeing more from that to
Yeah, we did not, again, in the first half, we did not play clean football, and we did not operate or execute in some short yardage situations that kept us from staying on the field, had to settle for the field goal as we got down there. And we have chances early in those drives to have not some good runs, but some huge runs, and it's a different guy every time, and we've got to find ways to execute to where we turn a 4-yard run into a 14 to 20-yard run, and now we've got a chance to create some chunks, and we're in a much better spot.
Regarding playing clean and with the comeback, how much can you stress to the guys like how thin the margins are just because they were able to make the comeback, and you can look at that first half and say, look what could have happened if we were cleaner.
Yeah, and it's like I told them as we got into the locker room, I did a bad job of getting us ready to play. Again, we had great emotion, we had great energy, but we didn't execute, and it is a game of execution. This game will punish you when you don't play with detail and you don't execute, and I've got to coach them better to get them to do that early on, and that's the name of this game. And I think our guys feel it right now. I think they felt it late in the fourth quarter that at any point in time this game does have a chance to be completely different if we start in a better way.
Kind of a difficult scenario there too, where you hit the Craver pass over the top, and I know you won't say it, but I'll say it, OPI was a little bit iffy there, but then the very next play, the ball's in the end zone for them, and ultimately that may have been the turning point in this ball game. What did you kind of see from the team kind of handling the emotions of that moment?
Yeah, that was a frustrating moment. We had the ability to create a huge chunk there, and then Blake's trying to throw it away to not take a sack, and the ball just slips out of the back of his hand. The guy picks it up and scoops and scores. And at the end of the day, we're down 7 at the end of the ball game, and so continuing to stress with our guys, if every single drive will end with a kick, we're going to have a really good chance to be on the right side of things. But that was a huge turning point in the game for them.
Just operation-wise, with the special teams, the missed extra point, what happened there?
Yeah, that was just, again, we've got to be able to go execute on the extra point, because we should at the end of the day be down 6 and having the ability to be in a little different spot too.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.